So this first floor is the carbuncles, right? It's like basically the setup floor to get the team ready. So I first pop a delay and a bind clear, transform one of my cards, pop a double haste, and pop another double haste. So for this first floor, like this first turn, I basically wanted to just clear orbs and heal. For the second one right now, I am clearing orbs to get enough light orbs to make a light L. So that way I can effectively kill. Now, technically I don't need a light L. I can make do with a fire L as well, but I don't know. I just prefer the light L, I guess. So now I just make the light L. I transform my leads first, and then I make the light L, and then I hit them to 50%. That resolve, the yellow resolve, is called super resolve. Basically, you can't hit under that threshold unless you have like a secondary attack. So basically, it's like it essentially forces you to take multiple turns to clear. Look at my board, I'm like, okay, I have another 5 orbs. I'm like, I'll just smash those. From here, you know, we clear and then we move on. Okay, this second floor is pretty critical because you see that dragon seed that the game automatically targets it to. What's annoying about it is that particular dragon seed has 2 billion defense. So if you're not doing more than 2 billion damage, or if you don't have a defense break or laser, like an autoflow of some sort, you really cannot break that. The other thing I want to pay attention to is the slimes. As you can see, there are 2 slimes at the end and they come in 5 different colors. What I always look for is, do I get a light or fire slime? And that's because light and fire, they give me the orb gen to make the L to survive and the orb generation to kill the dragon seed. Because while Ryumei is pretty strong, the way it works is the minimum is you can make a light L, a light 4 match, and 10 combos, right? And that will kill the dragon seed, or at least, you know, hit it to half. You can do double fire L with the spike from Minerva. You can do double light L, no spike, or you can do 1 light L with spike. So yeah, that's what I basically pay attention to. As I was talking about the slimes, right? If I don't get either fire or light and the resulting orb gem preemptive means I'm board trolled, I pop the dire shield and that keeps me alive. Because after you pop dire shield, then the Ryumei actives come up for post transform. So here I'm like, oh, this sucks. So I just stalled a couple extra turns and used Minerva Spike twice. So Minerva Spike is actually really useful here. So we kill, we move on. So now we are on the goblin floor. The important thing to note is the first 3 goblins are fixed, so you're always going to see them. But the 4th spawn can either be the little purple dragon, or it can be the light and the bird. And basically, the purple dragon gives you blind orb skyfall, or you can get the light one, which gives you spinners. Now, personally, I don't care for it that much. The spinners make it hard to consistently get 7 combos with an L, but they really help for the next floor for one of the spawns. So I can't really like complain too much. Blind Orb Skyfall, I personally think it's easier to deal with, especially because if you look at it, all the enhanced orbs are light, so that helps, you know, and then heal orbs are square, so it's really not that bad. So I find it personally easier, but like it's still annoying. We are on the 4th floor now. There's 4 of these metal dragons, and the doublet can be 3 different colors. You can get the fire doublet, water doublet, or wood doublet. They all do different things. The fire one gives you tape for 10 turns. The water doublet locks the board, which can be kind of annoying, but with Venus you can unlock, which is what I do here. And if you get the wood doublet, that makes bicolor board of wood and heal. And that to me is the most annoying because that just gets rid of all the orbs on the board. And basically I have to save 2 Ryumei actives just to survive. And not only that, but I have to also make sure that there are at least 11 wood orbs on the board. Basically, the game plan here is I pop the Santama, I stall for a couple of turns. The stalling is nice because you can get rid of the hazard, right? Either the spinners or the blind skyfall, they completely disappear after stalling. And then once I do that, I look at the board and I see if I have 7 combos with a light L. And that's important to me because I need to be able to see that. If there is, then I just pop Dire and go. If not, I pop Dire and then Ryumei and then just make at least 4 combos. Then the combo from the active boosts up to 7. So here, again, I count up the orbs. I see, okay, I have 7 combos. In fact, I have 8, I think. And so I match them all with an L. And it should kill. Without 7 combos, you just have no damage, so you need those. Ogres, when you hit the red one down to super resolve, you get a 600k hit, so you need to pop the shield. That's why I use Dire. So here we have the lead swap, and the annoying thing about the lead swap is not all of the options are great. I think Dire is the worst by a slim margin, but Minerva is also kind of bad. The best ones are Santama and then Venus, and it's because both of them give you more bulk, and they more importantly give you the damage you need to actually be able to kill these things. Whereas the other two, you can't really kill them, which is whatever, right? It's an annoying mechanic, but doesn't require anything on the team building side if I just stall it out, so it's perfectly fine. Ryumei's multipliers itself are very strong. Another thing to note about this floor is the very rightmost spawn. I think there's like a red worm that you can get as well. The purple dragon gives you the poison skyfalls. Poison's not that big of a deal because Ryumei healing multiplier is like ridiculous. The jammer skyfall is also not that big of a deal. It's just annoying, but it's like whatever. I think if I get swapped to Minerva or Dire or just any of the cards, to be honest, I try to avoid matching the poison and I wait for swap to end, and then I'll match poison as long as I have heal. So anyway, we kill, and then we move on to the Pengjur floor. Pengjur floor is annoying because you get spike debuff, right? So your damage is debuff, time debuff, hovery debuff, and then there's this little purple lion spawn. There's a yellow one, light one, and a dark one. Light one is preferred because it makes orbs while hitting you, so you want light orbs, obviously. What I usually do is, normally I could pop the spike as well, but they're pretty weak, so I can just get away with using my time buff, right? With Venus, I can just pop her, and then I can kill through the debuff, so it's not that big of a deal at all. So here, I could have killed through. I think I had enough orbs to kill without Ryumei, but I just popped the active. Oh no. It's the alarm. I remember thinking to myself, if this is the run and it has like the alarm off, I better get the editor to edit this out. Like, I don't want this. Anyway, so we go on to this floor where we get Awoken Bound for 5 turns, Unmatchable Orbs, 1 color for 5 turns. Right, and the order of the Unmatchable is based on, if you look at the little lits over there, the first lit on the very left determines the unmatchable color, and then the next 2 are just there for, you know, random orb generation, things like that. So here it's kind of annoying that we are dealing with all 3 colors that don't help us at all, but we have Ryumei active for generation, and as long as we don't get excessively orb trolled, we should be okay. So here, if you just match an L, a light L, you should be able to kill everything. Of course, you pop the Santama to clear all the debuffs first, and then you go ahead and kill everything. So from here on, we're onto the single, you know, boss like spawn. So here we got Trilo. So Trilo is honestly kind of easy because I think she's like grab and hit, and with a 75% shield, you really aren't doing that much damage anyway. She's a very simple spawn. Like, even her resolve is fake, right? You can hit her to resolve and she won't even do anything to you. As long as you shield and heal, she's honestly very tolerable. And so here I just Fua, you know, because I don't need to, right? Like, if I just forgot to Fua, like, and I hit her down to resolve, she wouldn't do anything to me. But might as well Fua to make things go faster, I guess. So just kill her, and then we move on. Okay, so here we got Sun Quan. Now, Sun Quan is one of those super tanky spawns. Like, he has this 90% shield, so I think he has like 20 billion health or something. So here I'm like just thinking about the board. He gives you a bigger board. He does give you the opportunity to kill him. It's just that it's kind of hard because he's so tanky. So here, you know, Ryumei, the one thing he doesn't struggle with is damage. So damage him, but as you can see, the very first turn after his preemptive shield and whatnot, he hits you for like 504,000 HP. Like, he hits you for exactly that much. So yeah. I purposely plan, like, knowing how much he hits for, I purposely plan my HP around that. And the thing is, I didn't even have to plan around it because I can use Dire Shield to protect myself right now. I do have to use Dire on this floor anyway because of Ganesha. So anyway, you know, you get 3 turns, and if you don't chip him down to below 50 in 3 turns, he executes you. If you chip him to below 50, then I think after 3 turns, he provides you with the spike debuff. But you know, he's 10 times weaker because the shield is gone as well. And I have Minerva anyway, so I can easily get rid of it. So here, I have both Ryumei's actives up, and I just use both of them because Ryumei, he gets rid of all your heals, and that means you can't Fua. And I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to deal with this. So I use double to get 6 hard orbs, and then I make a Fua column and just kill. Now the recovery debuff is annoying, but Ryumei's recovery is already busted, like 9x RCV. And if you've been watching, you know it's like I made one heal combo. I can heal through like anything, even with poisons and stuff. I think here I popped the Venus active because the inherent was coming up. I don't honestly remember though. Here we have Sharius Roots. You can get Sharius Roots or you can get regular Sharius. And Roots is preferred because 1, you can actually chip him down through his Void Shield. And 2, regular Sharius, the blue one, he puts up an attribute absorb shield. And if you get an unfavorable one, you're kind of screwed. You're just basically soft lock, right? Like if I get a light absorb Sharius, I'm done. I got menu quit or stall 99 turns. And I'm gonna menu quit because I don't really care. I don't want to sit here for 99 turns just camping and making L's every time. So Roots is better. Normally Roots will debuff your recovery for some amount of turns once he's below half, but because we already had Ryumei's recovery debuff active, he just hit us really hard. The reason why Sharius is ultra annoying for a lot of teams, not just Ryumei, but for a lot of teams, is because in solo, trying to deal with everything is quite difficult. I think it's very hard to understand until you run it, but it's very difficult to build teams that just cover everything. So a lot of the time people ditch the attribute absorb, even though there's 2 annoying attribute absorb spawns. You got Ganesha on floor 10 and Sharius on floor 12. And you know, as I said, floor 12, if you get 99 turns of light absorb, I'm just soft lock for 99 turns. Now Ganesha, it only lasts for 5 turns. And the nice thing is he puts up double attribute absorb shields for 5 turns, but he can't cover both light and red, so it's not that bad. So here I just damage control Sharius Roots. Now that's kind of a risky proposition because if you hit into execute, you're just dead, but it is what it is. So now we're on the boss. We got Gillies and his 2 pillars. Now the pillars are unkillable. They're straight up unkillable. Like, you cannot kill. Can you kill them? I don't think you can kill them. I think they have like 2 billion health or something. You can grab them, but that's about it. And here, okay, my mindset is Gillies has a moveset when he goes under 50% HP, in which he awoken binds you. He makes something unmatchable, I think, and then he color changes. Yeah, he color changes. And then he hits you for like 624,000. And so that's why I was like, I'll just chip right under the shield, and then I'll deal with that bullshit with the Sentama active, and then we'll just camp for or chip him down. But as you can see, things didn't go to plan. We hit him to right over 50%, and so I basically just camp here for 6 turns. Or not 6 turns, I think I had a haste ready, but I camp here for a couple turns at least. So as you can see, I'm limiting my combo count, matching heal orbs while making an L, trying to clear extra orbs without clearing too many, things like that. It's kind of risky and I'm treading very lightly, but it is what it is. The pillars cast debuffs all the time, like attack debuff, time debuff, recovery debuff, and then the other one casts annoying skyfalls like poison, blind, jammer skyfalls. It's kind of annoying. It is what it is. Now with Gillies, the thing about Gillies is you have to kill him twice, unless you're grabbing, because what happens is if you kill him the first time, the blue pillar will revive him. Of course, when you kill him the second time, the pillar suicide, so don't think you're just soft locked here for eternity. It's not like that. Unless you grab the pillar at the same time as you grab Gillies, you can't kill the pillars, so you just have to deal with Gillies twice. So here I have Dire, I popped him, I go for the kill move, and I'm like, okay, hold up, what's going on? And then I just rearrange orbs and I match an L and things like that. Now I was worried because I didn't hit 10 combos that I wouldn't be able to kill, but we got enough damage in the end. So as you can see, he gets revived by the blue pillar. And at this point, you have to kill him again. So here on out, it's just straightforward game plan. I stall, and because he's back to full health, I chip him down to like kind of above 50, right? I don't want him going below because I'll just straight up die. But at the same time, I grind him to right above 50, and then I kill him with a bunch of actives. Now, as you can see, I have the jammers on the board. The jammers are important because Gillies has a priority moveset, and that's to prioritize locking jammers. So if you leave jammers on your board unlocked, he will lock them every single time. Like right now, he's gonna lock them. I even know the move, Wicked Sword. Ready? There you go, every single time. So it's nice to keep him predictable in that sense. The nasty thing about it is though that he does hit you for more than half your health after shield anyway. So you do have to make sure to L and heal. So here I think I stall for 2 more turns and then I just kill. Now the great thing about Ryumei is that he deals so much damage that you can just kill from above half. And of course the attribute advantage that you get from attacking dark with light is very notable too. It's very helpful because it's just a 2x natural spike, but Ryumei himself does a lot of damage anyway, so it's actually very nice because as you can see I just avoid that below half health moveset. So yeah, I mean there's perks of Ryumei. He does a lot of damage, and if you get rid of that void shield he will bust through and kill him. Now of course if you screw up you're dead. I have died so many times from just barely not killing, getting right into the execute range and just dying to hit for 1 million. As you can see I prep everything. One thing I do focus on is whenever I'm going for the kill shot, I do try to save for at least 2 Ls, 2 light Ls. I found that that gets you the number of safety. Now in this run I didn't make 2 light Ls because I was thinking to myself, if I make 1 light L and I pop the spike, I will damage cap on Ryumei. So instead I make extra combos to benefit the other members of my team, and it looks like it pays off because I kill him. And there you go, that's the dungeon. And it's nice because I cleared in 25 minutes. So it kind of but like for an L leader with kind of a slow moveset, it's whatever. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you next time.